Hi, welcome to Joanna's DIY Life, and I am so glad you are here. This is another Sew It Saturday, and I have a cute little bunny project. It's a pocket bunny, and you can put whatever you want in the pocket. That's your business. It's your bunny. With all that being said, I have storms coming up, so I have to hurry, so let's go. Okay, for this project, I am going to be using a fabric. Well, you just need hot glue. I'm using a fabric hot glue just because that is what I have and I'm using it. You're going to, of course, need fabric. I've got these two. I'm pretty sure that I got these at the Dollar Tree. You're going to need the body of the bunny. So you'll need, this is called, what is it called? Muslin? Yeah, it's muslin. Cotton fabric, just whatever. Flowers or whatever you want to stick in your pocket. You're going to need little pom-poms for the nose. I get these at Hobby Lobby. I can try to find some on Amazon if you don't get out. And I also have these little eyes. I'm going to have these linked in my Amazon. I have blush from the Dollar Tree and another pom-pom for the tail. I've got a piece of cardboard, but I don't know that I'm going to need that or use it, or I'm going to use cat litter, or you can use rice to go on the bottom. You're going to need a needle and some heavy thread. This is dental floss. You can use embroidery floss. This, don't mind it's got lint and stuff all over it, but anyways, thick thread, button thread, upholstery thread, whatever. You're going to need your scissors, paper scissors, an iron, maybe a Sharpie, that's up to you, and you will need black embroidery floss, maybe, that's up to you too. This is your pattern. Look, I'm doing better, y'all. I made these on my silhouette, and I am so proud of myself. But anyways, you'll get this, and I'm not sure that I'm done with it. I'm going to try to insert pictures from this video, so yeah, try to make a tutorial. I'm working on making a better blog. But anyway, this is the pattern, and then this is the pocket, and then all you have to do is cut this and then save this. And a tip for you with printed patterns, you can put them in Ziploc bags. This one would probably fit good in a quart size bag, and you can store them in shoe boxes or cardboard boxes or whatever you want to store them in. And you can actually label them by putting inside your bag index card with the name of, you know, Pocket Bunny or whatever. So anyways, that's just a tip. Now I'm going to cut out all my patterns and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm hoping my hair is not rubbing my mic. It's all up in my face. But anyway, I'm going to try to explain this pattern. Okay, this is not what you cut. You cut the outside. And you can see that I have marks on the edges. Just cut straight. It's the way I drew it and the way it came out on my studio. You can see this one straight. I have the option for just a little flat pocket if you choose to do that, or you can get a little risky and do the pocket like this. This is the size of the actual pocket, and it will be here. So this is a placement, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I just want to explain that this part is the pocket. This is the fabric. So you want to cut the whole thing out, okay? And also these had little dips in them too. They'll be white on the corners. Just cut it straight. It's just me. Just cut it straight. So what you want to do, the ears and the head are going to be the same, and the arms and the tail, unless you use a pom-pom. You can use a pom-pom, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold my muslin fabric in half, and I usually fold mine right sides together, and I'm going to lay the head down. Okay, oh, it goes this way. I don't know what way it goes, but anyways, I'm going to put it this way. I need 2 of these. So you just pin and cut 2 of these, and then you'll need 4 of, I put cut 2, but I'll change it. It's cut 4. I noticed that when I was cutting it out. You cut 4 arms, okay? 4 of them, not 2, 4. I'll fix it. So to cut 4, you'll have to fold it just like you do with these ears. And then I'm going to fold this over again. So I'll have, this is going to get cut, I'm telling you. I'll have 4 pieces for the arms. And it'll be folded and give me 2 ears, okay? This is a fill line. You'll want to stop filling before this line right here. So I'm going to lay all these out and I'm going to cut them out, and then for your bunny tail, you're only going to need 1 circle. Okay, so I have my ears, which as soon as I cut them, I leave them like they are, and just they're like this, so I undo them and pin them immediately, because if they slip, there's not a lot of room for them to slip, so you don't want them to do that. Okay, so we're done with this. I got my head, my arms, my ears, and my tail. So we're done with that. Now, this is going to be the body of my bunny. So let me explain these notches in case you don't know. These notches are going to be box corners. So it'll make it sit flat, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take, this is the body. So I'm going to put it together. And then I'm just going to cut my body out. It don't have to be on a seam or I almost said crack. What is it? Fold. Don't have to be on a fold. So I'm going to cut one of these, which, it'll be 2. And then on this, I'm just going to go ahead and explain. Whichever pocket you choose, that's what you're going to put down. And you're just going to cut out 1 pocket, okay, for your contrasting fabric. All right, and I'll give you a little sneak peek of the one I done. There you go. So I'm going to put these down and cut these out, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I got my pocket. Y'all have to be careful with these, because I want to jab it in my finger half the time. All right, now let me explain what we are doing. We are going to take this first thing, okay? This is the body, and I want my head attached to my body. So get the right side, which on muslin I don't think it matters what side. This just lines up, okay? You just set your head on your body. I do not have to pin this, but I'm going to take it to the machine so I don't lose my head. But anyways, pin your head to your body. And this is our first step to sewing this. Okay, and then on this, you'll want to iron a piece down, because that's going to be your top, okay, about that far. And then we're going to sew right across it. And this will be what's sewn first, actually. So I'll do that and I'll show you. This is what you're going to look like. You're going to barely catch that right there, okay? And now you're going to want to iron the sides down just a little. You don't have to do that top all the way to this line. You just know to bring it down. And then iron the other side down. And then we're going to iron one side and then come in and iron the other side. Okay? And that's going to be how we're going to do our pocket. So when you iron, you'll have something that looks like this on the back, this on the front. Now when we sew, we're barely going to catch this. I forgot that if you want to get this pocket placement, all you have to do is fold your pattern down where the pocket is, okay? Put this down right here. Now, you just want to make a line right here, and that will be where your pocket top will be, okay? So my pocket top will start right there, and then I just got to even it here. And that's how you put the pocket on. Okay, so here we are, and I'm just using white thread because Jimmy crack corn, and I don't care. Anyway, you know me. My needle's all the way over here, okay? All the way to the right. And I'm just straight stitching right along the edge of my foot to put my heads on. You want to take a few stitches, backspace of course, and then go. Backspace, and then cut your thread. Whether it's back here, you trim it, whatever you gotta do it. Okay, so my head is attached, see? And I'm gonna do the same thing to the other one. Now I'm going to go to the ironing board, okay? And I'm going to iron these this way, and I'm going to push this down towards the body. So I'll get a good crease in there, so when I sew it, it'll all be flat. Now look how fat that is. I mean flat that is. Fat that is. Look how, he does have a fat head, but look how flat it lays now because it is ironed and pressed that way. Okay, so now you can see me here. We are going to place the pocket, and you're just going to center it up in the middle. You'll have to bear with me. I have a camera in my face. Try to center it up the best you can. If you draw it out, then you have it centered, but I'm not. It's not that crucial to me. I'm going to pin my pocket, okay? I just don't want it to go anywhere. You can glue this down if you choose to, but it doesn't look good. I mean, I did the first one that way, but it's not my choice. Now, I am going to, where my foot is, I have a guide right here. So I'm going to take and I'm going to go on this guide right here, and I'm going to bump my needle over just a hair, and it's barely going to catch my pocket, okay? And that's what I want it to do. So here we go. Make sure you take your pins out. Now go slow at the end. Now raise your foot up, pivot. If you're over, too far, then you can adjust. All you gotta do is pull your needle out. So I'm just gonna do this all the way around. One more stitch, and then pivot. Pivot. Don't you love that? Pivot, pivot. Whew, my foot got carried away. I got these new wheels from my chair, y'all, and they're rollerblade type wheels because my wheels got fabric in it and it wouldn't go anymore. And oh Lord, I'm gonna get killed in this chair, I'm telling you, because it is really, really rolly. So every once in a while it'll roll and I try to catch myself and I'll hit my foot and go wide open, and it's really not good. But the wheels are awesome. I'll link them in my Amazon store if you need some for your chair. I love them. So far so good. Okay, just make sure you got this straight. Okay, you can pin it if you want to, and make sure that you don't it don't move. I know what I'm saying. You're just going to sew right here. Do not sew this yet, okay? Leave your corners open. We're just going to sew around. I know that was kind of dumb to sew that little piece, but that's where I start, and I got to leave an opening. Don't forget to leave your openings on your project, because you'll have it all out of whack. Now when you get here, this will try to push this up. You have to push it down. And if you have to, lift your foot and make sure it's under there, not your finger, and then keep going. Make sure you control your fabric good and slow down when you're going around this head curve. And I can see that my head's not joined together right. So I got to go over some. But that's okay. Don't forget to stop. Alright. And I forgot to move my needle over. Well, yeah, I have to now. You'll want your needle all the way over when you sew these arms. So this is all sewed together now. We're good there. Now we have to sew our little hands and our ears. I'm going to give you a tip on this, okay? First of all, I'm going to slow me down. Now, when you get to go around this curve, it is so small. So this is what we're going to do, okay? This is the easiest way, I'm telling you. Pick it up, sew a stitch, sew a stitch, 2, you're only sewing 1 to 2 stitches at a time. You control this with your foot now. And then you get back to where you can sew, you sew straight. Don't forget the back stitch like I did, because if you do, then it'll come apart when you're trying to stuff it. So let me do it. See how I eased around that curve right there? So I'm going to continue to sew the rest of these, and you won't have to, I'll speed it up, but you just watch. Oh, I forgot this. Lord have mercy. Let me show you this. You have to take this, fold it out this way, okay? Make these 2 corners meet. This is going to make your box corner. Fold one seam one way, one seam the other way, just so it's not so bunchy. You don't want a bunchy seam there. You can spread them open if you have the option to do that. That's up to you. And then you're just going to sew across here, just like you did the rest of the rabbit. just across this right here. Let me go do that and I'll be right back. When you do that, it will then look like this. Okay. Now, so sorry about that. I'm just going to go up in here and I'm just going to take my finger, you know how I do my finger, and I'm going to get this off my finger and I'm going to just turn this out. Now you got this little pocket down here, see? So that's going to be what stands this rabbit up. So you just want to take your whatever you pokey with to get your seams or your stuff out. Do that all the way around your rabbit and make sure that the creases are, you know, good. Oh, there's my little pocket. It's so cute. Okay. Now, you can leave this like this, and you can even take pinking shears. I don't know if you know what pinking shears are. Hold on. This is loud. I'm in my extra scissors drawer. But it's these type, and they have to be for sewing. These are not the craft kind for paper. And you can just snip right around that. You can actually sew this on fabric and then cut it out. If you trace it onto your fabric and then just sew the fabric, okay, that would make it easier. But these are pinking shears, and you can do that, and you can leave it just like this. If you do not, you have to turn it. Now, my best way to turn it, I've seen this before. Put your fingers in here, push in. Put it on your dowel rod, push it out. Okay, you say, well, that's simple. That's a short piece. Okay. Get your fabric, pull it out, tuck that under, run it down your pole, grab your seams, and pull. And there you go. There is your ears. Now you take your stick, and these we will iron. And make sure you got it all poked out, okay? Because this is very important, or you're going to have funny looking ears. So just make sure you got that all pushed out. Now, we'll iron that in a minute. Now you just turn your hands in, of course, and this works for that too. Just like that. It's that simple. I seen a girl, oh my gosh, I think she made scrunchies, and she had one of these, and I thought that would make my life so much easier. So it is just a 2x4 with a dowel rod in it, y'all. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. I do not take credit for that in no way. It is the scrunchy girl, but I don't know who she is. I can't remember. I do know she's in Australia. That much I do know. Okay. I'm going to tell y'all, I cut a piece of pretty thick cardboard, and it is almost 2 by 3.5, okay? And you can, all you have to do is take your little doodad here and measure this, and see, this is going to fit in here. This one, I used cat litter, and it's just, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's not going to be that heavy. So I'm just going to insert this into my body. If you have to, rip your seam a little bit, you know, you just fix it right back up. But I'm going to tuck that in there. I'm going to twist it, and I'm going to snug it down in these little pleats here. And that's how I'm going to do this one. Now, you're going to stuff this and these 2 arms, okay? That's all you got to do. And I lost my stuffings. It's right here. All right. For the hands, this is teeny tiny. okay? The best way is to use little amounts, wad it in your hand a little bit like this. Just roll your polyfill, start poking. Your pinky's easier. A pencil is the best thing to poke that down in there, okay? The eraser. So that's how I fill these, is with a pencil eraser. It's easier when you have a small hole to use that. So that's what I'm going to do with these. And then on this, you want to make sure your cardboard stays flat or whatever you got. Now if you do this with cat litter, stuff your head first. And you want to stuff your head quite firm, okay? You want to have a hard head, so to speak. And I just use my thumb to push it down in there because that's a bigger hole, so it doesn't give you an issue. So just make sure that when you do that, you push out and you stuff real tight in that head, and then stuff pretty much all the way down. And then you could put your kitty litter, beans, rice, peas, whatever you want to put in there, whatever you got, rocks. You know, I always have cat litter because I always use cat litter with stuff. But whatever you have is what you do. So I'm going to keep filling my stuff, and then we'll be right back. Now you have this, and you can either pop these seams and glue them, or you can sew them. I am going to stitch them just using this what do I have? Dental floss. And I'm just going to do a ladder stitch going under and out, across, under and out. It's kind of like shoelaces, kind of. You ain't got to be real close on this. You don't got to be precise. Just every so often, give it a little tug. I'm going to show you something. So when you get here, try to catch your thread under here, okay? And that way when you tie it off, you're tying around thread and not the fabric, and it's less visible. And I'm just going to tie one time, and then I'm going to tuck that in by running my needle. I should have got a longer needle. I'm going to run it out through the back. And that pulls that right in there. Now if it stands up, I'm going to be happy. I did not want to put cat litter in this thing. We're good, y'all. We are good. Okay, now, for these arms, you see you don't go all the way down, okay? This project is so easy, but with me explaining it, it makes it a little harder. But just take your glue and glue that shut, all right? Now, you can snip these threads because it's not going to unravel anymore. Now, you want to glue this down to this, okay? So you glued it shut, and then you're going to fold it down and glue it again. Just like that right there. You don't want to get a lot, just a little bit, okay? So then you have it looking like this. All right. That's what we want. If you got this far with me, you're doing great. Now you want to do the other one. See how they kind of turn in? Make sure you do it the other way, or you won't look like you have a broken arm on your bunny. And if you want to use those little pinchy things, you know, that'd be good because this kind of burns. Okay, so which way? Okay, this way. So I got to go this way. Fold this one over and glue it down. Now, all you're going to do is take this arm, you're going to put glue right here along this edge, and then you're going to stick it right in the middle, kind of up right where a shoulder would be, and then push down. Now your little arm is on and secure, and do the same to the other arm on the other side, of course. Okay, now our bunny has arms. Yeehaw. Alright, now at this point you can take thread, okay, embroidery floss, whatever you want to call it, and you can put a little knot in here, and you can make a face like this, okay? That's up to you. You really want to mark where you want your nose, and I'm just going to take a little pink pom-pom. I get these at Hobby Lobby, like I said, and I'm going to put where I want my nose, and I am going to this is a disappearing marker, so I'm just going to take that and I'm going to put a dot maybe where my nose will be, okay, so that way I know where to put my thread. Or if you want to draw it on with a Sharpie, you know how to just draw a rabbit's face, that's up to you. Whichever way you want to do it. I'm going to draw it this time just because I think that looks better. So I'm just going to draw backwards J. Oh no, now a backwards J. Backwards myself. Okay, now dot, 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 whisker, 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 dot, 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 whisker, whisker, whisker. There you go. I want teeth on her. Because what bunny don't have buck teeth, right? I mean, come on. Alright, now I'm going to leave that there just like that for now. Now I am going to put my nose on. That way I know where to put my eyes. That makes it easier. Just barely put glue on there. And then stick her nose down. You can make a guy if you want to. You can use jean fabric. Oh, that would be so cute. Now, not this real good, because I'm going to stitch on the eyes, okay? So I'm going to put a good knot in there. To know where I want my eye, I've got these. I have some linked in my Amazon store for you. I just use these little buttons, and I am also going to mark, not with that, but this, where they're going to go. I want an eye here, and I want an eye here. So I'm going to put a mark here, and then I'm going to put a mark here. Okay, so go in through the head, come out your dot where your eye is on one side. Pull that, grab your eye, string it through your needle. You don't want a needle so fat that your eye don't string, okay? Poke this through, go back to catch some of that fabric, grab your other eye hole on this side of it, like that right there, and pull. Grab your other eye, or button, or whatever you want to call it, and then go in on this side, and when you go back up the head where you went in, okay? Now, pull just a little to sink your eyes in, and that's all there is to it. Now when you get up here, just grab the fabric and tie it off real good so that this doesn't come undone. You don't want your eyes to fall off. And there you go. Now your face is on. I always tie my thread because I hate it when I grab it and go to use it and there's not a knot in there. I'm just saying. So now I'm going to put the eyebrows on just because I love them. Oh, it's cute. Okay, now you want to take your ears. Either way you do your ears, okay? It doesn't matter whether you turn them in or leave them out. You want to take your ears and you want to take your blush or chalk or whatever you have, you know, whatever makes you happy, or you can leave it. It doesn't matter. I do find that paint doesn't work as well, and you want to lightly brush up this ear like that right there, okay? Do the same to the other side. Now don't push because you'll have a blob of, you start pushing when you get it up here. You'll have a blob. And if you get too much, it is okay because you can take it off. Now I'm just going to give her some little rosy cheeks here. Just because I said so. There you go. I blow my dust away. Don't judge me, okay? Don't judge me. So if you get this too much, you can take a brush or something and start rubbing, and it'll lighten it up and it'll blend it in. See how that lightened up? Where I got that dark spot? Okay, now you want to close your ear, so I'm just going to use a little bit of glue and then just push it together. Easy peasy. Trim off any strings that's hanging. Alright, you can leave this like this. That's up to you. I don't like that look, okay? It's just, it's not me. So I want to take this and I want to put them together and tie a knot. Try to get it even in the middle, okay? That's important because otherwise you'll have one ear longer than the other. So it has to go this way and then pull real tight. When you get it, pull tight. Okay, there's my ears. So I'm going to glue them on like this, but then I'm going to twist them like this. I'm just going to put my glue right here. Y'all could probably just watch this video with my mouth shut and know what I'm doing. So I appreciate you listening to me rattle on like I do sometimes. Y'all are a blessing, I promise, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I love all your kind comments and all that, and y'all are just sweet. I have a sweet little YouTube community, and I appreciate you. I don't know what I got on my ear, but she's got dirty wax in there, it looks like now. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I'm going to take this pocket and I'm going to show you from a little scrap. Well, I don't have a little scrap, but if I did, I would show you. But this is just how you make an easy little bow, and I've lost my nothing. I could probably use that. All you need is a piece of fabric, and you can make a squared bow, but I'm going to make a little round bow. So what I want to do is get somewhere. I'll take this piece right here. Okay? I'm going to fold it in half. And all I'm going to do is make a little oval type deal. No rhyme or reason. You can make it as big or as small as you want to. That might be too wide. It is. It's too wide for me. Let me cut her down. I'm just going to trim it off. That's all. Oh, I think I'm going to like it now. Okay. I don't know what my mic is doing. If you hear it thumping, I'm sorry. So anyway, now all I'm going to do, see if I didn't have this tied, I'd be mad, is take this thread and I'm going to find the middle by doing this right here. Just the heat from my finger will make a crease. Now, I start from the back, go in, out, and then end in the back, okay? Gonna make my bow like this, and then you go around it, make sure everything's out, and pull tight. Oops. It's a flimsy, just a little fabric bow, just something cutesy to put on between her ears. You can use flowers or, you know, whatever you want to do. There's options. She is yours. Do what you want. I'm going to sit her on the top, I think, of my tiered tray. I think she'll be cute up there. That's all you got to do. And if it's raggy, you know, that suits me just fine. That's just me. If you don't like it that way, then definitely don't touch it. Like I said, that's just me. So now all you gotta do is glue it on top of her head. Make sure her ears are this way, you know, just flopped over, because that's cuter. Lord, what have I done? Now you just want to put a little dab of glue right there. And then smush it down. And then you have your bow on top of your little bunny. And it's cute, ain't it cute? Now, all I'm going to do for this one is not use those scissors like I just almost did. And I'm going to take these scissors. That's a wire. These are wires. I'm just going to pull it off. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to pull it off and I'm going to tuck it right down in there. And this is done. Just spread it out. If you want to, you can put that in there. I'm not. It's too big, but you know, you do you, boo. That's what you do. Now, ain't that cute? She's just got a pocket full of flowers. Would you look at that? I almost forgot her tail. On this, if you want the fabric as the tail, this is the easiest way. You just go in and out all the way around. Make sure you knot it. Take a pom-pom, place in there, and this will tie up around your pom-pom. Then you just glue that to the back. I am just going to use the pom-pom for this one, and I thought these were cute. I had little glasses to put on there if I chose to. You know, you could just set them down on the nose, glue them down on the nose, you know, make them look like she's looking over her glasses. You know, I mean, that's up to you. You could put a little shovel in her hand. I have a hat. You could have used a hat instead of the bow. You know, there's all kinds of easy tricks to do. But since I forgot her tail, I'm going to stick it on her butt, okay? This is how the other one came out, like this right here. And I just made little wood carrots from popsicle sticks and then put twine on there. And I done her face with the thread, and I just made her little bow the same way. Everything is the same except this is the fabric tail and she has cat litter. So anyway, there's my little bunnies. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you. And remember that you are a blessing, and I appreciate you. Until next time, goodbye.